1994, demolition, deconstruction, and disposal of all Isla Nublar facilities, organic and inorganic, begins. 1995, following the failed espionage attempt at Jurassic Park, Biosyn begins mining amber. 1997, John Hammond dies. Isla Sorna remains undisturbed. All records of it are expunged. 1998, Biosyn buys out InGen. With access to InGen's research, Biosyn begins making progress on cloning dinosaurs. 1999, Biosyn salvage teams recovered degraded DNA samples of some Isla Nublar assets. 2002, Biosyn's first clone dinosaurs hatch and the construction of Jurassic World begins. 2005, Biosyn's Jurassic World opens to the public. Alright, so our last two park builds ended in disaster. Overly difficult challenge modes. I guess the last one was technically overly buggy. So we're doing something a little bit more traditional this time. It's still a modded sandbox run to emulate challenge mode, with a few more additional wrinkles. You can find all the settings in the description that I'm using, but essentially what we're doing is we're going to rebuild Jurassic World, but in an alternate timeline, as if it was being built by Biosyn instead of Masrani. The intro sequence kind of explained the backstory of this alternate timeline. It's based on basically two divergences, where one divergence from the timeline is the deleted scene from The Lost World, where they talk about the deconstruction and destruction of all assets on Isla Nublar, is taken to be canon. It's not canon in the main timeline because you couldn't have Rexy in Jurassic World if she was destroyed in 1994 or whatever. So we're playing like that's what happened. Every dinosaur on Nublar was killed and destroyed. All facilities were dismantled. The other divergent point we're playing with here is that Isla Sorna is never discovered by the Bowmans in their yacht. So Site B remains a secret in this timeline. It's never revealed to the public. Same with the dinosaurs, they're never revealed to the public. So, what species does Biosyn have access to for Jurassic World? Well, they have access to the same species they have in the existing timeline, because they mined the amber from the same place, right? Biosyn starts to collect amber after they fail in their espionage attempt at Jurassic Park. So theoretically, they have the same species. There's Therizinosaurus, Giganotosaurus, etc. That's not enough to build a Jurassic World scale park, though. So we're going to say that they salvaged some of the InGen assets, not the creatures themselves, some of the DNA samples, and recreate the species. And using that, ironically, to build Jurassic World without using any actual Jurassic World assets. Other than the buildings, of course. No Jurassic World species, so that should be fun. We'll be playing with disloyal scientists, and we'll be playing with reduced lifespan for negative genetics. The reduced lifespan thing comes from the Southwest USA Challenge mode. The disloyal scientists come from a few different chaos theories, not the Jurassic World one, but it sounded thematically appropriate for a Biosyn-themed run. So yeah, we'll be mixing the Jurassic World and Biosyn building sets. We'll be using Biosyn wherever possible, and then filling in the gaps with Jurassic World. We're going to leave the Jurassic World Control Center set up for now. We'll put in the Biosyn one later when we have enough time to rebuild the Control Center. So we're going to follow the rough layout and the logistics of Jurassic World for this park build, which means we're still going to build like a lagoon and a main street, etc., and so on and so forth. But what I am doing compared to how the Jurassic World Challenge mode is set up is we're flipping the map. So when you arrive at Jurassic World in the film, you come in from the south. You get off the monorail, or the monorail comes in from the south. You get off the boat, get on the monorail. And then you wrap up around the lagoon, and then you visit Main Street up here. So that's what we're going to do. And we're not going to follow the layout exactly. We're basically following the rough layout of Jurassic World. Because it's Biosyn's version. It's not the same as the Masrani version. It's only skewing close for, I don't know, fun, I guess. I don't have a good justification for why the park layout should be roughly the same at all. We're just doing that because it's amusing. The other thing we're doing is the species distribution is going to follow the film canon species distribution for Jurassic World. So in the film, they state that the park exhibits 14 herbivores and 6 carnivores. And so we're going to do that. Now, here's the thing. The film Jurassic World and the marketing for Jurassic World shows that there are more than 6 carnivores on display. So the only way the 6 carnivores line in the film works is if that does not include pterosaurs and aquatics. Thus, I have set it up where we will have 23 species in the park. 16 herbivores, or 14 herbivores, sorry. 6 carnivores, 1 aquatic, 2 pterosaurs. So we're assuming that the line from the film does not include the pteranodon, dimorphodon, or mosasaurus when it says 6 carnivores. Okay, so we got our initial little layout here. The existing control center you start with on this map, and then, yeah, our fossil facilities in our hatchery for Biosyn. Now, in terms of what species we're going to use, I mentioned before Biosyn species, right? That's a little ambiguous. Are the paras that we see in Dominion with a different style, are those Biosyn clone paras? I don't know. So we're going to use a very liberal, loose definition of what a Biosyn species is. So we're going to start with Pseudoceratops. Canonically speaking, the Pseudoceratops are supposed to be present at Lockwood, but you never see them. Lockwood Manor. But in the film, they only show up afterwards, specifically in Dominion and Battle at Big Rock. So we're going to say that the Pseudoceratops is a Biosyn clone here. That's probably the biggest stretch for what we're including. But it's a good starting dinosaur for this build. The other option is Dilophosaurus because we have the Biosyn skin for Dilophosaurus. So if we want a pseudo, we need 4 logistics. So I'll have to grab a scientist here. You can see they're all disloyal. Fun stuff. Okay, logistics specialist right there. Genetic specialist, fantastic. Do we have a welfare? That would be really great. No, okay. Well, this faster research guy, nope, never end. 500k. Holy smokes, it's bad. We can do a reroll. It's probably fine. These two are both very good. Okay, we'll grab you, Brenda. Welcome, Brenda. Let's go get in a Pseudoceratops. Get to work, Brenda. And then when Brenda brings us back fossils, we'll hire the geneticist to do the extraction. Well, we can put Brenda on power or something right away. Which wouldn't be bad. We're not going to do, like, no power generator, still 2 stars. We're treating this probably a little bit more like a chaos theory. We're not pushing the difficulty too far, but it is still difficult. It's still Jurassic difficulty. All right, nice load of fossils. We got some cynodonts to get some money back. I think the amber is the way to go. Well, yeah, because that's just the 1 pip left over, so there's no actual other possible way to do it, actually. Let's grab the geneticist. 225, just double checking that I didn't... Oh, there is 2. Wait. Yeah. 152225. 150174. Actually, probably need those welfare points. What do we have right now for welfare? 2. You know what? 4 welfare might be enough to hatch Pseudos. If we can do it with 2 scientists, that's actually really good. So yeah, we grab the 225,000. 225,000. Yeah. Maroof. Welcome, Maroof. Let's just call him Nasser. That sounds better. Okay, so we'll do fossils. And then we will do... Yeah, I think we do power research immediately. I think that's fine. Yeah, because we have enough... Well, okay, no. Here's an argument. Power, we've already invested in the backup generator. It'll take 10 or 15 minutes to empty out. We can do the staff center first in case we need to rest. I think staff center and then maybe paleomedical and then power might be the way to go. Although if power is running out at the time that we get to where we want to do power, we might have to switch over to do that. Yeah, 38 minutes till empty right now. Pretty easy. All right, we need to get our first clutch of dinosaurs immediately, so we're just going to do 77% genome Pseudos. We're not even going to process that last remaining fossil. These are, I believe, 4 and 4. 4 genetics, 4 welfare if they're not modified. I think those are the same always, possibly, if they're not modified. Obviously, the genetics increases as you modify, but the welfare doesn't. So yeah, I think we should be able to hatch those with the existing crew. The staff center research is done. I don't think there's any downside to doing power research immediately, even if we don't put it in immediately, because we'll always want it. I guess the argument is the disloyal thing. Right, because every task we do builds up the meter, the sabotage meter. So if we wait,
together, but we can always use
we can
more
let the meter go
infrastructure.
down a little bit. But right now, I think
And upgrades keep
the
us
the
current
park is small
and
enough that it's
ready.
fine. Like, I don't think we're in any particular danger of any like really bad sabotages. So yeah, 4 welfare, 630k. Oh, so that's the problem. Haha. Yeah, see, I needed him to do the hatch. Yeah, not the power. It's fine. We just let the we just bleed money for a minute. It's fine. All right, we finished power. We got the Nasudos hatched using both of our dudes. Let's get them out here. We can get this park open, start making some money. We need to get all of our important support structures in here as well. Now we need to, of course, get the park open. Make sure we don't forget to do that. Let's go ahead immediately and get our shelters and stuff in here. Because it's always good to just do the shelter and bathroom immediately. Interestingly enough, not a Biosyn bathroom, but there's a Biosyn shelter.
My sculptures are living, breathing dinosaurs.
Very strange. The Metriacanthosaurus, you see its DNA vial in the film.
Do you see any resemblance between the Nasudas?
It's completely canon. Because the movie says it exists. Don't give me none of this DPG nonsense that it had an incomplete genome. Because that makes no goddamn sense. There's the ground leaf. They might have enough forest when they move all the way. We'll see.
And their relation to the eyes.
And of course, you know, we're just starting out here building the park. So it's not going to be a recreation of Jurassic World yet.
And along with it, our understanding.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Wu. Thank you for your monologue.
This is what my science is all about.
Yeah, so the park will look more like Jurassic World when we actually have time to build it in more than one enclosure. For now, we're just worried about making money. Which we are almost doing. Minus 900. But it's probably still going up. Does the sabotage risk affect any of that? Don't think so. Past that full capacity. I mean, obviously that's an issue, but that's a different issue. Yeah. Okay, so that seems fine.
All of this.
First contract.
Both science. And that's where Isaac Clement comes in. He makes
try for
dinosaurs
profitability,
entertaining.
probably.
Hey, keep up the good work and check out this new objective.
You gotta love all these people talking all the time. I'm just trying to do a thing and they're babbling over me. Okay, staff center can wait. Why don't we go ahead and get working on all the animal support stuff. Let's make sure we're getting medical done and all that stuff. Yeah, so we research this and then we'll need to rest the logistics person. That should be fine.
When you get a chance. I do this because I love the craft.
All right, first sabotage is a guest protest. But we finished the contract, it looks like, because we got a big spike in money here. Presumably it hasn't popped up yet. That must have happened right before the guest protest.
I knew I picked the right person.
Okay, so I think completing that contract basically puts us in the clear for getting fully set up here before we run into any problems. So, response facility, paleomedical facility both have Biosyn buildings. We'll be using those. I think I don't want to put this in here. I mean, it'd be nice to have them just roll out, basically, to go check the enclosure. We could put it behind. Not enough room, really, to reach there. Let's look at the medical facility first. That one's usually a little bit more awkward in shape. So we could fit it sideways if we put it there. I think we'll put the medical facility over here for now. We'll move all of this out of anyway at some point. Why don't we just put it just basically right at the entrance? Because none of this stuff will actually be here long term. I've never played Path of Titan. I do occasionally watch Evo Square videos. I never watch her park builds, but I watch some of her like news videos or whatever. I'm amused by watching people's speculation of what'll come out in the game too, so I've seen some of those as well. Yeah, so if we just put this like right here, the Jeeps can go directly in there. We just need a path. This. Connect it up. Well then, yeah, we put a gate in right here. Nice quick response for both medical and the ranger team. Need to get a ranger post in here, which can go basically right there.
For the job.
And then we need a staff center and power. Let's do power first. Yeah, actually, 4 minutes. Yeah, that's gonna drain pretty quickly here. We definitely need power. So power will be Jurassic World building. If we put it in back here, it's going to kind of be blocked by stuff. We could go... Okay, well, the power is kind of something I might want to leave in. I guess we can always move it out when we do big ones. Yeah, fine. For now, we'll just stick it back over here or something. Somewhere out of the way. I don't think we can actually put a path over there. We'll just do this. Actually obstructed? No, you're a liar. Haha, we got through. Wait, is this not straight? No, that's straight. Okay, so that should... Oh, I don't know if we can quite... I don't think we quite reached the facility, the Expedition Center, if we put it right there, which would have been a nice spot for it. Put that there, and then you can just go down here. Right like that. I think that should be good. We'll just run a path up and around here. Insufficient funds. Whoops. Oopsies. Kind of let that get away from us. Now, you might have noticed something. No mission popped up for $5 million. I think I fixed it. I think I figured out how to block it. I removed contracts from the available pool. I removed spared no expense and Malta bailout or whatever. So it's one of those two that was popping up all the time. Don't know which one. Not really concerned about figuring out which one is which. It's not a huge priority. Okay, so backup generators at 0. Money is good. Okay, so. Let's get the ranger team on this. Make sure we're ready to respond. We can put in amenities. But we might want to just save up a little bit of money here. Is there... Okay, so how do we lose, right? Right now we lose to a bad storm or disease breakout, maybe. Something where we can't do the research for the disease, or a storm where we can't do the repairs. Really, the only way we lose is just not having money. Potentially the guest protest could be an issue, but it looks to me like that's where the protest was. So I think we're pretty good. Let's try for an amenity. 25k. I think we better keep 100k in reserve because I'm pretty sure that's what the medical treatment cost is. So I think we'll wait. Let some money come in. All right, looks like amenities are profitable. So we'll have to make sure we get more of those in. We'll put them on the side path as a elaborate ruse to draw people off onto a little bit of the other paths. Then maybe we can put a little back path in here to get some extra space in the park. Medical team. You know what? Let's just assign the medical team since we got just the one enclosure. That way we don't have to manually do this all the time. We have the 100K to do a disease research if we need to. Rabies is a photo. Hold on. Why'd it have to be rabies? Okay. Let's get this dude sedated until we get the treatment. Sedate the rabid raccoon. Rabies research. Rabies. Ah, shit. 100K, lose with 85. Don't really have much of a choice here. So we better do it. We better get a center down. What do you call it? Staff center. And we better have enough money to rest whenever he gets back. Because otherwise, he's going to be a problem. $32,000. Yeah, because he's going to do a pretty big hit to financial cost once he's upset at us. Okay. Yes, thank you, Park Rating, for interrupting all I'm doing here. Do we think Park Rating will be 0.5 stars? Because it could be pretty good if it is. If it's not 0.5, it's kind of bad. Let's take the safer option. Revenue is almost always safer. Oh, actually, revenue is really good because we have a dinosaur tranquilized. That's like a free recovery of revenue. All right, you're already on your way to do that. Good.
Most people have no idea.
Let's get the capture team also set on
dinosaurs.
Awaken.
Check out the
And then, yeah, oh yeah, we need to get the guy rested immediately, of course. 75,000.
this latest
Yikes.
objective, and you'll see what I mean.
Yikes. Thank you for the follow, Chucky Boy Resting.
You're in the
Appreciate it.
paleo-curation business, sure.
I need
but people only hear
75.
that paleo part.
Okay, we're gonna demolish the backup generator. It's almost dry. It's nice to keep a backup generator around, but we need that 75K to rest that guy.
Talk
Because he's
about the
currently
real
cutting into our
survival of
profit
the fittest,
margin.
hmm?
Cabot, shush. Cabot, shush. Okay. Rest. No storms, please. We'll let the other person sit here at full bar. Because they won't be the ones destroying our bottom line. In theory. It actually looks like the cost there is pretty minor for Disloyal. It actually looks non-linear. It looks like it scales up over time. It's not like a stair step like these. Which is interesting. Maybe it gets worse the longer they're sitting in your park with the disgruntled status. Oh, donuts is negative now. Why are you negative? Well, that makes it positive. Yeah, all the green disappeared. Why did all the green disappear? Well, that probably explains the profit margins as well. So it's probably not, this is probably not a nonlinear effect of the disgruntled. This is probably the, no, because that's expense. This is the shop going bad. So this is, maybe that is disgruntled then. Yeah, because you wouldn't have a loss in income reflected in the cost. Like the cost of running the shop is completely discrete of the actual traffic it gets. It's just set by the upgrades. How are we doing on star rating? About 0.3 or so. Given that we don't have a full set of amenities, that's not bad. Guests overall are 95 restroom, 95 shelter, 36 accommodation. So we need a hotel. We just don't have the cash for it. And a storm. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. Oh, interesting. Look at this. Guests are coming down here. Are they visiting the staff center? We saw that they visited the fossil center in the last map run we did. Do they just visit all Biosyn buildings? That's not true because they're not visiting these. Or do they? Man, we could experiment. See if they visit the Jurassic World staff center. Huh. That's really curious. I mean, it's good because it gives us more park path capacity. Specifically, so that's our potential. Our path capacity is up here. Yeah, so it's just ratings keeping us down. We actually don't need any more path. Are you joking? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Very cool. All right. So right now, what does this affect realistically? These are still powered. None of this does any financial damage to the park. So we don't technically want to repair it. I think that's true. Path capacity matters. Because those buildings are damaged now, they don't draw guests to that segment of the park. So that path doesn't count for path capacity. That's probably fine. Because what we can do is we can mitigate crowding there a bit by putting in some other pathing back here. Got to keep an eye on our money, but we have 100K and nothing we need to repair is currently relevant. So we can try this. Okay, let's get the shelter open immediately. Let's get another amenity in here so that we can continue to increase our profits. No, we'll put it right next to this one for now, I guess. I could put it like here. Try and get them to go around the loop. Because right now, they don't seem to be doing that. Let's do this. The tornado is starting to pass. Yeah, it fucking better be. Currently running in the negative. I can only assume this will change soon. Probably not the correct time to build a new amenity, honestly. Path capacity is still bad. But, yeah, you could see the income level rising. So they should be sorting things out. Things should change. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe? These are still just negative. Yeah, because if the path capacity doesn't affix itself, it's not going to work. Okay, well, I think that means we'll have to repair this other stuff. So to that end, we go out here. What can we do? 40K. 20K. Then that should draw them back down that. It also means we can start doing research again, which is relevant. Like if we get any disease outbreaks, probably good to have this online ready to go rather than have a momentary delay fixing it. Fixing the power, that is. Okay, so, okay, there we go. There's a new path capacity level. That's the old path capacity level. But we could do even better. No, they want bathrooms down there. Presumably shelter as well, yeah. Well, we can provide that. I guess we'll just do a shelter here. Oh, that's then a Biosyn shelter. Whoops. We gotta fix it. We can't be having the wrong shelter in here. Do you think we can fit a path through here? It's a bit jank. No. Wasn't the original intention of the build, but it could have been something that was viable. 95%. I can only assume you have not properly... Yeah. Okay, recalibrates. So, Biosyn, shelter... 75... Different profile, but I don't think... Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anywhere it would still fit. This still goes in where we were putting the other one. Maybe not. It's actually... The profile's notably worse. It's actually kind of surprising. Okay, well, let's do... See if we can put a path in here and then squeeze it in there. No. Oof. Some dodgy hitboxes. So we'll just put it in back here then. It's at least close enough that it should be fine. I'm just trying not to block the Jeep. We'll try that. None of this is quite what I envisioned for the park. It's a little haphazard. We need to get those profits up, which means we need to get all these other support amenities and things in. We still need shopping. Accommodation rating 51%. We do need that hotel too. $100K for hotel. Let's get shopping in. Okay, wait, this is green again. Why is this green?
Few realized that I was here at the beginning. And
Why does it shift? There's like one thing drawing them to the park, right? Like, why do I have to go back and forth and micromanage these? It's very strange. Okay, well, we finished our contract. That's pretty good because that finances the hotel. So Biosyn doesn't have a hotel. I think the Biosyn building set used the DFW stuff, but we're not going to use that. The DFW stuff is very functional. We're going to use Jurassic World as the secondary building set with Biosyn. So we'll do the Jurassic World hotels for that particular reason. Weird hitbox stuff there. Not sure. It's trying to place it on a higher elevation level. Like, this looks like everything else is on a different elevation than it is. Weird. That'll give us view of these corners here.
Call me. I had a hand, and I kept it, huh? Now
I
I find myself
think-
praising the work of others, like you. Still, keeps me in the game.
Let's sneak a rest in here, because we don't want to run into the trap again of having that person not ready to go when we need them for medical treatment. Then the accommodation rating should be 100% when that comes in, which probably will adjust these buildings. I think we should probably get a dig going. Let's go ahead and repair this. I'm not going to repair the hatchery until we need it, because I don't think it makes sense. So let's try and finish up Nasudo. We'll get more Nasudos out. Unless we hit 0.5. I think that's 0.5. We can do para. Okay, let's pivot over to Parasaur maybe, just for the species diversity. We can come back, finish up Nasudo later. So paras have a few different dig sites. 5, 3,400. Nasudo's so much cheaper. Maybe we should just finish it off, because then we were ready to go on contracts to add more to the park. So that's a 234, 180. I mean, para's not that bad. Let's see what our amenities are doing. A lot of green. Completely different. That doesn't make any sense to me that that would be the optimal. Yeah, it's not. It's just being weird and shifting. No, that one is always good. It has to be this one that I change. Yeah, so that's probably... maybe we just assume these other ones aren't going to shift that much. Okay. We're just going to leave these alone. These are fine. They're good enough. 500k. Did I just resize my window? Oh, God. I think I did. We'll wrap this episode up in a moment, and then I'll fix it. Let's go finish Nasudo. It's only 48,000 to go do this. We might as well just do it. All right, let's see our contract and then wrap it up.
Here's something that should be
Have a dinosaur
interesting.
share an enclosure with a liked
Details are on your screen.
species. Ooh, I don't know about liked, though. Training's not bad either. But I don't think we want to push that quite yet. Popular is probably the one to go with. So we can do a new batch of
Yes, we can
Nasudos
get
and
into
finish
the park, the
Popular.
more
So that's
people we can convert into
easily what
dinosaur
gets done
fans.
next.
And the only place they can see and visit them for real is right here.
Another rabies. Immediately taken care of. Our idiot employees who don't know how to drive cars. All right, let's leave this one here then. Pretty nice start so far. Until next time.